And once you decide like what you want to share, you need to act on it and treat it like it's the most important thing in the world when you film that content. So if you're not sure what you need to be a content creator, I'm gonna show you what you need. I quit my job because terrible management, terrible coworkers. I quit without a backup plan. I quit out of nowhere, quiet quitting. 2 weeks. I quit without 2 weeks. 2 weeks notice. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You're watching CTV. My name's Kalandra and I'm back with another video. And if you're here, go ahead and subscribe. If you don't, you just don't. I've been saying if you don't subscribe, you're whack. Like a lot of people in Virginia say whack. But it's kind of mean. It's kind of like I don't want to be pushy. Like if y'all don't want to subscribe, y'all don't want to subscribe. But it is kind of weird. Like if you sit and watch this whole thing, you fuck with me, but you don't want to subscribe. I don't know what to tell you, but let me get into the video. I'm gonna try to find another intro later on, but it sounds mean and I don't want to give like that type of energy on my channel anymore. No, I'm just trying to be nicer. I'm trying to be a better person in general. But anyway, let's just get into the video. And I got a new mic because I've gotten a couple complaints that people can't hear me on my videos, so let me know if y'all like the quality or not, and I will give y'all more information about this mic later on in the video. But I want to talk about how to get 1,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel. I actually got to 1,000 within a short period of time this year, and I'm gonna be more specific. So I was at 500 subscribers in March, and I quit my job because I wanted to focus on things that I really want to do with my life, and always submitting to a job is just not the answer, and I was feeling very miserable. So I decided to quit my job and put more focus on YouTube and a lot of other things. So I got to 1,000 subscribers this month in May, which was last week. So I went from 500 to 1,000. And I had my channel for 5 years, so it was a long time to get here. But within that short period of time, my channel took a turn. And I want to talk about things that I've been applying to my channel that you should apply to your channel. I feel like I'm qualified to make this type of video because I'm technically still a small YouTuber, and I know how it feels to build from the ground up. Of course, you could watch a bigger creator and they'll tell you how to grow your channel and they'll give you great advice. However, it can be a little out of touch, and a lot of bigger creators say the same things, which are very true. However, it can be a little out of touch because they're huge. You know, they have 20K, they have 100K, they have a million. They kind of don't really remember what it's like to be at the very bottom, and I'm not exactly at the top, but I'm not at the very bottom anymore. So I could tell you some things that I've applied to my channel that you can do as well. So my first tip is to set your intentions for your channel. What is it that you can share with the world that you feel like is very important? How do you want people to remember you as? What do you want to help people with? What value can you share with thousands of other people? And once you decide like what you want to share, you need to act on it and treat it like it's the most important thing in the world when you film that content. So if you are somebody who is thinking about starting a YouTube channel, or you want to start posting on social media in general, these are things that you have to think about. And if your intentions are, oh, I want to blow up, I want to be famous, I want to be rich overnight, I hate to break it to you, but that's just not going to happen. It's very rare if that happens. You know what I'm saying? The algorithm is just in your favor that day because it's rare if that ever happens. You have to really have a passion for content creation. You have to be like a creative, free spirit and want to share something with millions of other people that you feel like it's important to you. Okay? And with doing that, it's like, how are you going to stand out from millions of other people, probably trillions of other people? Because YouTube is very saturated. However, there's always room for somebody new. It's just, what are you going to do to make you stand out from other people? with saying this, it's kind of like, yes, it's kind of like finding a niche. However, I feel like niches can be very restricting in a way, depending on what you're interested in. Like, if you're interested in one thing, I want to share one thing with the world, and that's what you feel like is going to work for you, then do that. I'm not going to tell you not to be a niche. I'm not going to say don't niche your channel, but however, if you niche your channel, you know, it's going to be kind of hard to transition out of that niche if that's something that you don't want to share or you're not interested anymore. You may have to make another channel. You may have to go on another platform and share different things. Because with niches, it's kind of like what the algorithm is going to push out to people. So let's say, for example, you want to give people vocal lessons online. You're a very good singer. You want to teach people how to sing. That's kind of what people are going to go to your channel for. Like, people are going to go to your channel because they know you as the person who teaches people how to sing. If you're making all these videos on vocal lessons and then you decide to do another video reviewing shoes, it's going to confuse your audience and the algorithm. So to me, niches, I mean, they got their pros and cons. Like, when you're talking about your channel to people and you are very passionate of this one topic, and you, let's say for example, you teach people how to tie their shoes, right? And they go to your channel to learn how to tie their shoes. However, if you're telling that to somebody, I mean, if you're telling somebody what your channel is about, because your niche is restricted to that one niche, it's very, like, the chances are very limiting of that person going to check out your channel, unless they're very supportive of you as a person, like if they're a friend, family member, whatever. Because if somebody's not interested in something, what are the odds of them watching it? You know what I'm saying? And niches can only restrict your content to people that are interested in that particular niche. So I would consider my channel a lifestyle niche because I post about my life. Like, I do little vlogs and stuff here and there, but I also have a specific topic that is reoccurring on my channel, but just remixed in different ways. And what got people to my channel is me talking about what it's like to be a black introvert. Okay, so when I'm talking to, like, let's say a random stranger or an acquaintance or somebody who's never seen my channel before, and they ask me, like, what kind of videos do I post on my channel, I have options on telling them, oh, I do vlogs or I do try on hauls, but specifically, I talk about what it's like to be a black introvert. Like, that is the topic on my channel. I talk about my life and things I've been through in the past. So they have the option to look at those types of videos where I talk about my life and what it's like to be an introvert, or they can watch, like, the other things I got going on, like my vlogs, my trial hauls, my modeling and stuff like that. That is just like additions to my channel. It's not really the main topic. So if you have a lifestyle channel or any channel that you have, it has to still make sense even if you're not a niche. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Like, your channel has to make sense. I've like said that 3 times, but it has to make sense. If you're just posting a whole bunch of random videos, it's no story, no topic, just you doing whatever, how are you going to tell a random stranger to watch your channel? How are you going to introduce your channel to other people? How is it going to make sense to other people? Because unless that person really, really fucks with you, people are not going to want to watch, like, random content. It's not going to make sense. You're not going to have something that you're known for. Like, what are you known for? What value do you offer the internet? Because, like, the algorithm is going to push out what people are looking for specifically. So even niche or not, it has to make sense, and that will bring people to your channel. Another tip is to share your story and be authentic. So if you're, trying to be an influencer, you're sharing so many things about yourself or what your interests are, or what you're trying to get people to buy, or whatever the case is. Unless you're a how-to channel and you're very specific on your niche, people are going to watch your channel to just learn what you're teaching them. So it's very rare if people are going to want to know more about you if you're very niched up. However, if you're an influencer and you're just sharing all types of things, people are going to want to know more about the person behind the content. And they may want to know too much for comfort. However, you have the choice whether you want to share, or like whether you want to not share so much or overshare. Don't overshare. Okay, so be very careful what you share with the internet, because there are all types of people watching you, whether they have good intentions or bad intentions. You're not going to tell somebody on the street what your social security number is. You're not going to share your address with a random person. Okay, so be careful not to share these things on the internet. Be careful not to like show your license, your credit cards, and stuff like that when you're making content. But that's like common sense. However, people are going to want to know more about you. And let's say, for example, you're an influencer sharing skincare products with people, right? They're going to want to know, like, oh, is this product a really good product? Like, what is a reason I should trust this person to buy from them? Let's say in the past you struggled with very bad acne and you did X, Y, and Z to get your skin to look super clear. Share that with people, like share with people what you used to look like and how these products got you to have perfect skin. They will trust you 10 times more than just, oh my god, this product is so good, or oh my god, this product is so great for this type of skin.
What's the proof?
You know what I'm saying? And still, results may vary, but that sort of authenticity is going to make your channel so much more trustworthy to your audience. I talk about what it's like to be an introvert because I never understood why certain people would treat me a certain way in this world and why I was treated a certain way. And I know I'm not the only person in this world that is an introvert. So I made these videos talking about that because I know there's other people out there that have to relate. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody is very outspoken. Not everybody has it easy when it comes to speaking up for themselves and being confident and stuff like that. So with me, learning that about myself and being able to share that with the world, I'm probably helping so many other people realize that they're fine the way they are. And, hoping, or maybe they are looking to me for hope that, oh, maybe I will be accepted in certain spaces, or maybe one day I may be willing to be more confident or be more open to people, because I also share that I have put myself out there recently and made more connections, made more friends, accomplished so much more things without being in my shell so much as well. And I mean, I shouldn't have to tell y'all to be yourselves. That's pretty self-explanatory. People can read off of people trying to be like other people. Like that's all I can say. I love being me, you know what I'm saying? I have my insecurities and stuff like that, but I can only act like myself. I don't know how to be another person. So, people can pick up on if you're trying to be like another person. And if they can't, it's going to catch up to you. You don't have to look like or be like nobody else to grow an audience. I know there's a lot of things on the internet that are trending. You see people with the same body type, the same personality, the same sense of style. I promise you, there are people out there that are looking for real people. Okay, be real. There's nothing wrong with being real. You don't want to be fake like everybody else in this fake ass world. At least not me. Okay, if it looks a little bit darker, my apologies, but I had to charge my phone. But anyway, if you are the type of person that copies and pastes everything that they see on the internet to your content, eventually you're going to be forgotten, because people see the same things on the internet over and over again, the same old trends, the same look, the same aesthetic. You got to stand out. You know what I'm saying? What is it about you that's different from other people? And with that, you are going to have haters. And you're not going to be able to satisfy everybody. That's just how the world is, whether in real life or on social media. You can't please everybody. So please try to not focus on making everybody happy, because if you do, you're going to have a hard time on this platform. So I'm just being real. There are going to be haters, but you know what they say? If you don't have haters, you ain't doing nothing right. Something like that. But yeah, have some thick skin, because honestly, yes, there are going to be haters, but sometimes people will give you constructive criticism. And I used to be at a very vulnerable place where I couldn't take constructive criticism. And I used to get upset when people wouldn't like my videos and would say certain things. But honestly, sometimes it was coming from a genuine place. Like, I had to reflect on some of my content and think about where it was coming from. Like, for an example, I have a video on this channel and then another video on my couple channel where people just couldn't hear me. So they were just saying, oh my god, video's trash. I can't hear you. I can't hear nothing you're saying. The background music is too loud. And that is what's going to come with being a content creator. You're going to have errors. You're going to make mistakes. Your content is not going to be perfect unless you really, really study your craft. But me, I started from the ground up and I had to learn. And then you're going to have people that are just straight up ignorant. They're going to be hateful. There's negative people in the world. There's going to be negative people on the internet. And, there are people that are going to hate watch you. That are going to act like they are a supporter, but they just watch you to see your downfall. You may have some ops that may watch your videos and criticize every little thing that you're doing, but are continuously watching you. There are people with bad intentions that wish bad things on people on the internet, just like in real life. So that's why I said be very careful on your energy and how you handle things on the internet and what you watch on the internet and etc. And with haters, you have to have some thick skin. I've been through it all. I've been bullied. I've been called all types of names. So the stuff that people say on the internet does not make me lose any sleep at night. I'm also very self-reflective on everything that I do in my life. Like, I will do certain things and think back on, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have did that. So, I criticize myself more than anybody. And that's why I said nothing that people can say really hurts my feelings, because if they have a point, I would consider it. Like, maybe it's something I do need to change. But sometimes when people are just haters, people are probably jealous of you. They're mad because maybe they don't have the courage to get on the internet and put themselves out there. So they have to put down other people who are a reflection of what they want to be and doing things that they're scared to do. And that's okay. I still have the tendency to want to correct everybody who says hateful things, because some people will get on the internet and say anything and criticize certain things, like saying and whatever it is. And it's just like, some people talk a certain way because they talk a certain way. If I want to change it, I will change that on my own. But if you can't watch it, then just don't watch it. Like, my perspective is you don't like me, or if you don't like somebody, you don't have to watch them. Like, why are you watching a video if you don't like how I'm saying things or how I look or whatever? People are weird, and me responding is honestly a trauma response. I think I don't even know if that's the right term for it, because I've dealt with people bullying me in the past and people making fun of me and taking it all in, not standing up for myself. So now I kind of take my power back, if that makes sense. So I don't really respond to hate in the best way possible, but I do refrain from doing it in a way that's very childish and out of my character, if that makes sense. Like, I remain calm and cool at all times. unless I'm in a situation where I just can't. So if you are a strong enough person who feels the need to not correct people and not say anything back, by all means do that. Like, don't respond to the hate. But I'm not there just yet. However, I still don't let it get to me. Like, I just kind of say whatever I say and move on, and that's just all you can do about it. If you are the type of person like me who feels the need to respond, it's okay. Like, we have feelings too, and it's okay to act on them. We are human as well. We're not robots. So when people say rude things to people on the internet and they happen to have feelings, it's like, oh my god, don't respond. Oh my god. Like, do whatever you feel like you need to do, but don't let people take you completely out of your character, because at the end of the day, they will not have the guts to say it to your face. Also, if you're a person that knows how to take accountability for your actions, I think the internet is a great place for you, because content creators, they face all types of criticism all the time. I think every content creator hits some type of controversy where they get a lot of hate and people try to cancel them and all this other stuff. But my thing is, if you stand on everything you do and say, you'll be just fine. Like, I am going to be the one to admit that I am not perfect. I'm not going to give you cookie cutter ass content. You know, I may cuss at times. I may say things that people don't like, and that's okay. Like, but if I do something wrong that may offend thousands of people, I am willing to learn from my mistakes and, hear other people's perspectives and correct myself if I'm wrong. Okay, if you're somebody who's narcissistic and, doesn't care about the feelings of other people and doesn't have any type of empathy, this is not going to be the place for you. But hey, you may be able to get away with it depending on who you are, I guess. But me personally, I stand on everything I say. I stand on everything I do. It's no point of me not doing that. Like, I've made mistakes in my real life and offended people before. Not by doing anything ignorant, but like, I just made like some mistake. Like, somebody like told me something in the privacy of me and them, and then I about somebody, and then I ran and told that person just so I could just in a way of protecting that person, if that makes sense, so that person doesn't lose their job, because it was like work related, and I should have not said anything. It was kind of wrong for me to do that, even though my intentions were right. I mean, my intentions were in a good place, but I could see how I upsetted that other person. And I apologize, and I will no longer be doing stuff like that. So that's just an example right there. And I'm human, content creators are human. So just stand on everything you do and say, like, if you do something, don't give people fake apologies and act like you didn't know what you did and said, like it was on camera. There are receipts, so yeah. Just saying. As a person who creates content, um what do you like to see from other content creators if you are somebody who also watches content? Not every content creator watches other content creators, so I'm not going to assume that. But let's say, for example, if you have a favorite YouTuber or TikToker, what is it that you like about their content? Do you feel like you gain tons of value from their content? Like, do you feel like they're a great storyteller? Do you feel like they're entertaining? Do you like the way they edit their videos? Do you like their intro and outro? Etc., etc., right? So, how are you going to apply that to your content? And there is a standard, on what people like to see when it comes to content, and that applies to everybody's content differently. Just because I'm saying apply what you see from other people to your content doesn't mean copy. Let's say, for example, this content creator has like a certain intro or outro to their videos that stand out about them. What intro and outro can you add to your videos that make you stand out but are very pleasing to the eye? When you make content, when you're editing your videos, experiment with different edits, experiment with zooming in, zooming out, or if you want to add memes, do that. Like, do whatever it is that you feel like will make your videos entertaining, make them stand out, have people remember you and want to come back and watch you again. But in your own way, of course. So, like, yeah, what would you want to see? Like, do you feel like your videos, like, if you watch your videos, do you cringe? Because I used to cringe at every little thing I did. When I first started off, I used to be very shy about my videos. You know what I'm saying? I used to be very self conscious. I used to be like, oh my God, why am I playing my hair so much? Or, oh my God, why does my teeth look like, I hate the way my teeth look? Or I have a lisp, which I do. And, I'm self conscious about that stuff. However, each and every time you make a new video, just try to improve the way you present yourself. Like, I'm articulating a little bit more this time just because I have a microphone. So my lisp doesn't really stand out as much as it does in my other videos right now, which is a good thing. I have a ring light on, so the quality is pretty clear. And needless to say, like, you don't need like a whole lot to be a content creator. It's just make sure your content is good, it's valuable, and it's something that you would watch from another person. Don't make excuses. Don't make excuses. So if something is telling you to be a content creator and it's been on your mind for such a long time, you're watching other people travel all over the world and do this stuff full time and having all these brand deals and stuff like that, and you feel like, damn, I want to do that with my life. What is stopping you from doing that with your life? Do you have a cell phone that has a camera, a decent camera? And I like, if it's like really, really foggy, I mean, I think you should invest in something better. But if you have a camera, whether it's an iPhone or an Android, and you can see yourself, like I could see myself clearly, I think the quality looks pretty good. Not the best, but it looks very good. You can see me, you can hear me. You know what I'm saying? Start. What is stopping you? I mean, you work full time, you go to school. Okay, what time out of your day do you have to make content? Like, if it's time, best believe I know it's hard. I know it's hard. And even with a part-time job, it was hard for me to like keep up. But like, just schedule time for you to film. Like, if you film once a week, get videos up weekly. YouTube, you do not have to post every day. You can if you want to, but you do not have to post every day. Give people time to miss you, because like, okay, people may get annoyed, but people may also, it may help your channel grow more. I never been a daily poster, so I don't know what that's like. I may try it one day, but I've never been a daily poster. I post like either once or twice a week, whichever I can do. Just get that content up, okay? Whether you are a sis, brother, son, let me stop, but get that content up, okay? Stop making excuses. Like,
oh, I'm not aesthetically pleasing enough.
My space is not aesthetically pleasing enough. Look at my space. What's aesthetically pleasing about my house? Nothing. I got a fucking litter box right there. I don't got no decorations, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Eventually I will. But my space is just boring and simplistic. But that's not the focus of the video. And people are going to rock with you whether your stuff is aesthetically pleasing or not. Okay? Yes, the quality does have to be decent. But I'm going to get into what you need and everything like that in just a second. But people are going to rock with you for the value that you bring to other people and the entertainment that you bring. And you don't need nothing in your house for that.
I'm not interesting. My life is boring.
Well, try to make the best out of it. Like, make something like running to the store the most like fun experience that somebody could watch. Whether you got let's say you, for example, you got road rage. I don't recommend road rage, but let's say, for example, put the camera on you and film yourself cussing people out, or go run to your favorite chain restaurant and review, like on your way to run errands, like just stop in and review your favorite Starbucks drink or something. Like, make every little thing interesting in your life. You literally have to romanticize your life. Even if you don't live in LA or you don't live in Miami or something like that, you live in a small town, romanticize that shit. Make that shit look like something that somebody else would want to do. Because best believe, not everybody wants to live in LA or Miami. Like, there are people out there that may want to see people who live in small towns. I used to live in a small town. Like, I'm from Chester, Virginia. There's nothing spectacular about it. However, when I go back home, like, sometimes I'll film content at home and try to make it seem fantastic. I'm just always here in California, so I mean, even when I'm here, and I'm not in LA by the way, but I just talk. Like, I just be on here talking about things. Like, I film in my house. I don't really go out as much, but people still watch me. People still find something entertaining about me. So make the best out of every little thing that you're doing, whether you're doing something fantastic like traveling all over the world or on the Vegas Strip, or you're just on your couch. Make the best out of it. You don't have a camera? I'm not filming on a special camera. I'm not filming on a Canon. I'm filming on my phone. Yes, there's some cons to that. Like, I have to delete stuff out of my phone to make space all the time, but I'm gonna do that shit until I find a camera that I feel like is best for me to use on this channel. Just make the best of what you got. And once you learn to do that and stop putting all these excuses aside and stop being scared, you know what I'm saying? Make your mistakes. You know, if you may cringe or whatever, work on it. Like, practice your craft. You will get better. You will get confident. You will watch back on your videos and not cringe as much. And work on your editing. It will be fine. I edit on Splice and I edit on InShot. I do Splice just to do simple edits like cuts, and I edit on InShot just to add effects. But yeah, you could do that if you're filming on an iPhone. So if you're not sure what you need to be a content creator, I'm gonna show you what you need. A lot of this stuff is under $30. First of all, I mean, the phone, maybe not. Okay, I have an iPhone 14, I believe, and I'm filming on HD 60. So that's why the quality is looking pretty good. But I mean, if you have an older iPhone, it's okay. Natural lighting. Okay? So if you want the natural lighting, go in a very go to a place in your house that has the best lighting. I just realized I like filming downstairs because the best lighting is downstairs and right by the window. I would recommend going exactly in front of your window if you want the best lighting, but I get so much light here, I don't have to be directly in front of the window. Let me show you the window. So this is my window. It's a pretty big window. I get a lot of light from here. So you just want to open your blinds and face towards the window when you're making your content, and boom, it looks good. Another tip is you can use your back camera. I don't use my back camera because I don't see myself, and I like to see myself. However, let me try something real quick. I'm gonna get a mirror real quick. Here's the back camera. I can see myself a little bit because I put my mirror right here. But I do have my tripod kind of covering up my view, but I do see that I'm centered, and I'm pretty sure it looks good. So if you're somebody who uses a back camera, maybe this is good to like use a mirror or something like that. But yeah, I don't really use the back camera, but if you want to do that, that's cool. I'm pretty sure it looks fantastic. Like, the back camera has a better camera than the front camera. So the second most important thing you need is your tripod. Don't ask me about all the stuff going on in the background. Ask my husband. This tripod lasted me for years. It goes up to about 6 feet 7 inches. You can adjust it. It does have a USB charger, so you are going to need a wall piece. So what I love about this tripod is that it's very sturdy. A lot of my past tripods have broken very easily. So this one has lasted me the longest, and I don't need a remote to control it. I could just press the buttons onto the tripod itself. It has 3 light settings, and you can adjust it high or low, however you want it. And in between the 10-inch ring light, this is where you mount your phone. You can twist this thing to either be portrait mode or the other mode where you could do like TikTok videos and stuff like that, as you can see right here. And a lot of tripods are not like this where you could just easily move it. It's bendable. I could put it whatever angle I wanted to. And it's very durable, as you can see. Like, look at her. She thick. Like, she thick. But unfortunately, I do have bad news about this tripod. It's unavailable on Amazon. I have gotten my tripod years ago, but I have done the research for you guys, and I found another tripod that is very similar to the one I have. As you can see, she's also thick. She has instructions, a 12-inch ring light. She can also be bent in any type of way, and she thick. You don't want to get them thin tripods, you guys. That's one thing I've learned because I've been through like 3 tripods. And you can also press buttons on her too. You do not need that remote. However, the remote is optional. Don't worry, I will have this item linked down below along with some other options for you guys. So let me talk about this microphone. So here's the packaging. It has very nice packaging. You can charge it inside the case or each piece individually. It comes with 2 microphones and a little piece that you put to your phone to connect to the microphone, and a manual and extra pieces. So far, I really like this mic. However, I feel like I hear myself the best and it's the best quality if I hold it close to my lips. However, this is my first time using it, so I have to experiment with it. But this is a good starting mic for sure. If you don't mind holding a little itty bitty mic close to your mouth, definitely get it. I think this is going to be a very great quality video just because of this mic, and people take people with microphones more seriously when it comes to content creation, especially for somebody as soft-spoken as me. Let's say you're having a girls' night out or a guy's night out and you want to still make content. Get you a little mini ring light that you can clip to your phone. That way you have some sort of light. You have to charge this one. And it has the same 3 settings as any other ring light. I will have the link below. And here's how it looks. Not all that, but you can see me in the dark, so that's something. And here I have my mini tripod. These are for my on-the-go type of people, like myself. I forget this a lot, so if you have a great memory, you know this will be a perfect tool for you. You can adjust it to however you want. It's bendable. It's pretty cool. It does the job. And that's basically all you need to start your YouTube channel. I mean, I could get into cameras and stuff like that later on. But for right now, since I'm just starting off, just like you, this is all you need is a phone and some tripods and a microphone and some lights. That's it. Specifically natural light. But me, I do everything so late in the day. Sometimes I just need a little pick-me-up. And the lights always don't be hitting well in my house. So I always use my ring light for a little extra oomph. Okay? But one thing that is very important, even if your video is looking a little foggy, a little dark, your thumbnails
really matter.
I know my vocabulary is so 5th grade, but your thumbnails count. You gotta make them count. If nothing else counts, use great thumbnails, okay? Your thumbnails is the highlight of your video. That's the first thing people see. Make sure they're crisp, clear. They have some type of drama. You're branding yourself. That's kind of standard. Like, everybody kind of has a certain look that's all kind of the same. Either the crisp, clear photo with the dramatic, angry, sad face or whatever. Like, your titles have to be enticing, okay? And searchable. So when you're looking for a topic, what are you going to type? I know there's like a word for that. If I figure it out, I'm gonna put it in the video. But what do you type when you're trying to research something, any type of topic? Let's say you make a title, so today I feel like crap. Nobody's going to type that. Maybe, okay, so people are going to type, how do I not feel like crap? So how-to videos are searchable. What is like being an introvert? Like, say, for example, what is like being an introvert? What is it like being an extrovert? Like people that want to know something, they're going to have what if, how to, okay, how to become a content creator, things you need to know to be a content creator, 10 things, 7 things you need to know, 20 things, something like that. However, jazz it up and make it your own. That's the best way I could put it. So make your title something that people can easily search for, and your thumbnail needs to be very crisp, clear, let it tell a story. The wording in your thumbnails need to be bold and readable. Just something like, think about how you're titling a book. Like, this is the one thing where you have to judge a book by its cover. So with thumbnails and titles, be mindful of what you use for your thumbnails and titles. That's all I can say. With me, sometimes I forget. Sometimes I end up screenshotting something in the video, which I would not recommend. But with my camera right now, what I would do is put the video on film and just make poses. Like you could talk about, oh, I quit my job, right? Make it the most dramatic thing. Just go like this. Blank face, extra zoomed in, I quit. People are gonna watch. That simple. Hashtag your videos. Use any keywords that you can think of that go with your title and the theme of your video. So put as many ways, oh, I quit my job. I quit my job because terrible management, terrible coworkers. I quit without a backup plan. I quit out of nowhere. Quiet quitting. 2 weeks. I quit without 2 weeks. 2 weeks notice. You know what I'm saying? Use like every word that goes with your video for your hashtags. There's an area where you can put your hashtags in, and that's where you put them at. So yeah, use your hashtags. Have a description. I don't put much in my description, so just put something. Like, put some thought into it, because these are real people watching your videos, and when people comment back. I know it can be like overwhelming, especially for me right now. I'm getting a lot of comments on my videos, so I'm not saying you have to do it right away, but go through all your comments and respond, because like I said, these are real people and you're a real person. You are not above and beyond somebody just because you're a content creator. Like, people want to be connected with you as a person, and these people are taking the time out of their day to watch you at the end of the day. So show some gratitude, okay? Because with a terrible attitude, people are not going to want to support you. People are not going to want to support somebody who's ungrateful and has no self-awareness, okay? So keep those things in mind as well. If you're just using this as a get-rich-quick scheme, you do not need to be here. Not need to be on this platform, and it will catch up to you. And sometimes this journey can be very frustrating and discouraging. I get it. Like, I understand, people want to make this a lifestyle for a plethora of reasons. And it's not always about the money, but I understand wanting to get paid. But have a backup plan, if you work a 9 to 5, and you don't have the resources to just quit your job, I wouldn't recommend quitting your job. I'm not one of those people who are going to lead people in the wrong direction, even though I'm pretty sure if you're watching me, you're old enough to make your own decisions. But I don't want to set a bad example as far as making decisions that I wouldn't make. I have different resources and different circumstances, which is why I do some of the things I do. So everybody's life is different, and do what's best for you. And that's what it is with YouTube. If you're somebody who's very self-conscious and, you're not confident in yourself, I'm not going to say this is not a platform for you. It honestly will help you learn to love yourself more, because you have to have a lot of self-awareness to do something like this. I wasn't very confident when I first started YouTube. However, over time, like I began to grow somewhat of a camera presence, and I know, how I am, how I say things, and sometimes things don't come out the way I wanted to. But don't be so hard on yourself. If you have to refilm a video, take the time to do that. Plan your content out. Once you know what kind of content creator you want to be, take a journal, plan things out, write things out in the order that you want to film it in. At least upload something once a week if you are very busy, because I am as well, and I get it. But at least once a week is all you need to do. It gives people time to really look at your video. And one thing that's crazy about the algorithm, guys, you may upload a video and you may be taking all the tips. You may be getting 10 views, 20 views, 30 views. But one day, one of those videos is going to have 1,000 views. It may blow up. It may get a lot of traction out of nowhere. And that's what happened to a few of my videos. And I was not expecting it. But now that it has, I know why it has. And things take time. So I hate to break it to you, but like, I don't think you should drop everything that you're doing just to become a YouTuber if you don't have the resources. I will say that again. It takes time. I don't know if y'all believe in God, but trust his timing, because this all happened at a crazy time, like a time that I was not expecting it. I quit my job, and I am not the type to talk about my finances. And if I become in a better place, I am not going to tell y'all that I'm rich or that I have this amount of money, but I will help put y'all on to ways to make more money. And right now, as much as I'm not in the best position, I have an abundant mindset, and I am very grateful for everything that I have accomplished. And once you decide that you want to be grateful, things will happen for you. Like, once you start to have an abundant mindset and think that, oh my God, I'm never going to be empty handed, I'm always going to have something coming for me, I'm always going to be blessed, then that will happen. There was this trend where this girl said, be delusional. She's right, because a lot of this stuff happened with me thinking delusional, with me literally saying, in the next couple of months, I'm going to get to 1,000 subscribers, even though I'm only at 500. And look what happened. I got to 1,000. Look what happened. I accomplished something that I was trying to accomplish for 5 years in 2 months. It happened out of nowhere. So please, have the right mindset for this if you want to do this. If this is something that you really want to do, act on it. Nothing is unattainable for nobody. That person that you're watching, if me right now can do it, anybody can do this shit. These content creators, these influencers that you're watching, going to Italy, going to Jamaica, doing brand collabing with other famous people, going to LA, having the money to do this and that. As it may seem, I don't know everybody's lifestyle. And also, when it comes to YouTube itself will not pay you the same amount every month. So that's something you need to know too. However, I'm not going to get into finances, but these people out here that you see on social media living their dream lives, they had that mindset that they can attain it. You can attain it too. Nobody is like, we're all made equal, whether you want to believe it or not. God does not necessarily have favorites. Let me rephrase that. Everybody is equal. Everybody can attain whatever it is that they want, depending on the type of person they are. It all comes down to it. I know, like, some things are not fair. It may seem like somebody blew up overnight by making trash content. I know race plays a factor. I know pretty privilege has a factor. There's a lot of things that has a factor into certain things that are not fair, but that doesn't mean stuff is unattainable. When you have the resources, you have these simple things that I just showed you, and you have something that you want to bring to your YouTube channel, go ahead and start that shit right now. Start it right now. Okay? It may take you a couple of years, it may take you a couple of months to get to whatever goal you're reaching, but things happen differently for everybody, and there's nothing wrong with taking that chance. Even if it happens, if it takes too long in your standards, it can happen. You know what I'm saying? It can happen, and when that stuff does happen, when it does happen, like you'll be like, damn, like I really doubted myself for nothing. And every little milestone you hit, always think of ways to upgrade your channel. I know my quality is not the best, but if you look at my videos from a couple of years ago, it looks a lot better than it did a couple years ago. And that's all that matters, okay? Your aesthetic, your quality, and everything is going to get there. I don't think I have an aesthetic. Like, I mean, my Instagram is kind of aesthetically pleasing just because I model or I do photo shoots. I don't really want to call myself a model because I'm not doing it professionally. But that's the only thing about my social media that's aesthetically pleasing. I don't have any aesthetically pleasing things in my house. I don't think I'm a specific aesthetic. I like all types of aesthetics as far as like fashion and stuff like that. And I think we should just like let go of the stigma that everything has to be a certain way and just be the best content creator that you can be, and you know, find whatever aesthetic that you feel like is pleasing to you and build it over time. And I promise you, your content creation journey is going to be a good one. You know, my style is much better than it was years ago. You know what I'm saying? So like, don't be self-conscious about, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. Who cares? Who cares? Like, look at these big content creators. They may not have their old content up, but if you can find it, I'm pretty sure it probably looked way worse than your current content did, just because it was like so many years ago when YouTube was like really popping. That's when, you know, there were older iPhones, less technology and all that stuff. So just give it a try. I mean, I don't really know what else to say, but hopefully y'all gain some knowledge, y'all gain some confidence to start your YouTube channel. Hopefully, you know, y'all got a lot of value out of this video. I know I can be a little all over the place. I'm not perfect, but hopefully y'all gain something, and I really appreciate y'all for taking the time to watch this video. Yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see y'all in my next video. Peace.